The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. To the right here. Still on his feet at the 45. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
And the Canes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Looking to throw, it's Sperry. Oh, they're after him. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Well, the offense getting a little bit greedy. I think they had an explosive play the play prior. They decided to try to pile on, throw the ball right away. But the defense was ready for it. What a great job up front, defeating the block and getting the sack, creating a negative play.
Second down, he'll throw it. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team. Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
So on their opening drive of the game, they want to stay on the field, and the offense will go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident and believe in them to convert these fourth downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. You want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
On the ground, it's Bray. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. When you think of the significance of these two programs in the history of college football, remarkable that they've only been playing since 1951.
It's crazy because there's so many games you can pull out of your brain, Reese, and I'm sure because you were born then when this rivalry started, that so many games that were so important that had such big implications, Jesse.
Yeah, it seems like over the course of 3 decades, right? The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, every time these two teams played, Miami and Florida State, we were talking about how it would impact the national championship picture. This really has been one of the better rivalries in the sport, even though it's really not that old.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
How bold will they be on third down after that last run? designed run for the quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Something gets stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
You got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I'm going to sneak a draw.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Wants to throw. It's Sperry. Finds his man. It's Reeder. Turning it on. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
The Canes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A 1st down, and this offense is smelling the end zone. And the Canes are moving quickly down the field. Defense showing blitz here. Back to the ground game on the left. They get him down, top run, picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying to run, it's Reeder. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs managed. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long. Now you're set up to fail.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing right there. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Never a doubt. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. LSU is getting handled right now, and for this to be happening to this program in front of these fans, it's almost inexplicable. They're trailing by 21 to Tennessee. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big happens. You should see.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. They think there's room to run to the right here. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
And the Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Bought a little time, lets it go. That's caught. It's Morgan. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and it's just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, dope was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
They'll run it to the right side. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the 1st down mark. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on 4th down. Creates a little space. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
Man, I'm 4th and 2. I'm looking at my offensive line. I'm like, you got to give me just a little slither. Great job by the offensive line, blocking up just enough to get the first down, running physically downhill. That's all you want on those 4th and 2 situations.
And the Seminoles have this offense rolling. Wants to throw on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Gray. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. This is a designed run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. On the move. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And you could tell he trusted himself. He thought he could take off, get that first down. Just a little too much speed on that defense. They closed that gap so quick. Didn't let him get to the first down marker. Turnover on downs.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the 40. The 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Miami.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warren.
Yeah, finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
The give to the back. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Making side adjustments here. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got his man quickly. Brings him to the open. Then perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged out of the air. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. And the Noles with the 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
And nice blocking by this offense. Nice job running the football. How about the running back? You could tell he knew exactly where the goal line was. He wanted to get to it. He was fighting to get to it, but goes out of bounds at the 1. 1st and goal from the 1. This offense is in great position.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? And they'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida State. That his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. LSU is just getting blown off the field today. It's like they haven't even been competitive. How'd you like to be the network censor on the coaches show this week? They're trailing by 14 to Tennessee. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. That's caught. It's Reader. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Fires into traffic. It's picked up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
Right down the middle. What a play there, and he rips up a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
The Seminoles have pushed it inside the 20. Bringing the heat. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
But how about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. A run for the quarterback. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards. They get through, and it's blocked. That's a live ball, and he's running free down the middle. At the 30. 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Canes. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Fires to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
The Seminoles are facing 3rd and inches. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
Well, their defense did a great job deep in their own end, right? Getting the turnover on downs. And now the offense is starting to pay that off. On the 3rd play of this drive, 3rd down, they're able to run it, pick up the first, they stay on the field, and they're going to try and churn this thing out.
Here's a hit. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Yeah, and man, you talk about being down at the half. What's one thing I need to do? I got to protect my quarterback. In the first series here now, you're getting your quarterback hit and taken to the ground. This offense has to protect that dude at all costs.
The Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wants to adjust the pattern. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Takes the grab, and they swarm him under.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
The Knowles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll send the tight end in motion. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
Great job by the defense there. They were not caught off guard in that situation on the field. This offense might decide to go for it on 4th down. They're going to make the play. Their offense now takes over. And if I'm the play caller here, I am taking a shot. In a sudden change situation, let me see if I can go on deep and make this team pay for not getting that 4th down.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Berry. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
How loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Makes the catch. It's Reeder. There he goes. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got his man. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Well, great job making the tackle there. Now setting up 3rd down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Less than a yard to go for a 1st down, and the offense will remain on the field. Tries to get it on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
They'll go to the ground. Hard running there. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard. Just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
From their own 18-yard line, it's first down. The give to the tailback. Oh, he's got some space. And a little more space, opening up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Seminoles getting set on 1st and 10. Softened him up with the run. Now the throw. Just missed on the connection. Incomplete.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But, man, you're starting to get now in the second half. And this offense just has really, really struggled. Underperformed. You know you're a better team. But this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
They'll run it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Blasted as he lets it go. Picked off. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Hurricane. The defense putting points on the board. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. LSU is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the momentum may be turning. These Bayou Bengals have picked themselves up off the canvas before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Tennessee. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking for room. It's Brave. Looking for room at the 40. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind, and it forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan limiting him so far. That's only his second catch of the game.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the third quarter. We've reached the break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. Working on the right. Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. This tight tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend him.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this.
Turning it on. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 13.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking for a pass to the end zone to the right. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, no!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. They took it 71 yards down the field and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And before they can kick it, the receiving team is going to call a timeout. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Back to pass. It's Berry. Finds his tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
From the gun, wants to pass. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He was able to get that ball up to to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
And this offense has got to keep pumping it out. Nice job. You get the first down. Nice scramble by this QB, but you're going to put the ball in his hands over and over and over again. You got to score multiple times. This offense has got to be in hyperspeed.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Ball spotted at the 27. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number one for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down.
And that doesn't happen very often. That's their go-to guy. I love the way they move him around the field, and they try to attack the middle with him to get the ball in his hands and let him do some damage. And he shows you the drop. Okay, it's in there, but it doesn't happen very often.
Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I think that's an easy decision for the QB, too. It's 3rd and long. You're in field goal range. You've got an opportunity at 3 points. That play designed to try and get the first, but it's not there. Give the defense credit. Throw it away. Let's get the kicker out on the field.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. Down to a one-possession game, 24-17. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll breaks into the open. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17.
Yeah, and a nice job by this defense. This is a critical moment, right? We got to get the football back. They're backed up, thank goodness. Force a punt here, get the football back so we can make some magic here in this 4th quarter.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. Control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. Motion from the wideout. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Will walk it back. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this keep them pinned in their own end. Back to throw, it's Sperry. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the Hurricanes send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets it away from his own end zone. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. This offense has it with really good field position. Off-play action on first down. Buys a little time. Caught in the backfield. It's Morgan. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
And what good defense to be sound, to be disciplined. Listen, they don't throw to the fullback often, but they were ready for it, kept their eyes on their keys, went and played it, tackled the fullback for a loss.
And the Seminoles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this D's had some good moments today. And they've had a lead, and they've let that lead shrink a little bit now in a big-time moment. Can they step up? Can they make the plays to get the ball back to their offense? They've had a pretty good day, but now it's closing time.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Quarterback may change this route. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. He's going to fire deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And that decision will be questioned for a while. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Looking for a gap. It's Reeder. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know you took a loss on first down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead. You've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against the defense that knows you're going to do it.
The running back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Running back searching for a hole. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one. They came in wanting to run the ball, to make a statement that they could beat a higher-ranked team, and they're about to get exactly what they shot for, guys.
They did. They came in and they earned it, and they were physically physical, and you could tell they meant business. And when you get to add a ranked opponent to your schedule late in the year, get that win. Jesse, let's see what it does for this squad.
Yeah, they've got a lot to play for still, and there's a lot of possibility now on the horizon based on this huge win today. The coaching staff challenged them to be the more physical team, and they answered that challenge.
The great Nick Saban often says players often respond better to losses. They listen more than they do if they're getting away with things and wins. So maybe this is an opportunity to recalibrate.
I think you take it first and you internalize it and you get upset because obviously the goal was to win the game. But you've also got to flip the switch really quickly, Jesse, and say, okay, what do I need to work on? Because I only got one loss. I'm still very much in the thick of all of my dreams that I want to come true, so I can't take it too hard, but I got to use it.
Yeah, this loss definitely hurts, and I know one of the goals for this team at the start of the year was to go undefeated and win a national championship. You can't go undefeated anymore, but you can still win a national championship. The key is the leadership in the locker room. They've got to turn the page. They've got to get everybody refocused. You can't let this loss now turn into 2 or 3 or